Here is a video on how to set up a 0 to 5 volt DC input. In this case we have a 9520 controller, and the first thing we want to do is, for the input that we are using, we want to make sure that we have the pull-up resistor removed for this input. The way we know this is we can go into the help manual for the ASIC 3 installation guide, and if we scroll down and look at the ASIC 3 universal input wiring and go down to the input pull-up resistors, we see that the required pull-up resistors for a 0 to 5 volt DC is no pull-up. So we want to follow the instructions on how to change the pull-up resistors, and once we have that done, we can go back to set up our input. For this example, we'll just call this input air pressure. The input type would be analog input. The convert type would be, we'll use sensor 2. We'll give it a units of PSI. And this is where we set up our input conversion. So our counts are 0 for 0 volts DC and 4095 for 5 volts DC. So we'll put 4095 here, and on our engineering units we'll give this 30 psi for this example. And that's how we set up a 0 to 5 volt DC input.